show. If you haven't seen it before, we take actors. These actors have memorized scripts like they would for any play they might see at the alley or at Stages Theater. They memorize the script, they internalize it as they would any other role that they might perform, and then we invite an improviser to come up on stage who doesn't know anything about the play, much like you don't know anything about the play, because the death of American theater is all of our faults. So the lights come back up, magical lying out!
It's really nice up here, you know?
I do know. I know pretty well. I take people here sometimes.
Well, I'm glad you suggested we, Yeah, well, I haven't been on top of Hatch's cliff since,
you don't have to say it.
Jesus, must have been over a year ago before I left for England.
Yep.
We came up here the night before I left, remember?
Yeah, I tried to come up here with other people since then. Some of them didn't trust me enough to come up to a cliff, and other ones it just wasn't special.
Didn't we,
You don't have to say it.
Yeah. I guess I must have been doing something else that night.
Okay, that hurts.
Turn up the radio. Remember this song?
Not really.
When was it? 66, 67?
Sounds like it, but a lot of that stuff's coming back nowadays. They're doing they're incorporating like funk into other music.
Yeah. Those years seem so confused, you know.
Yeah.
Like, remember the time you were singing it? Remember, the night you screwed Leslie Pincus.
Okay, opening that box.
Yeah. Hattie.
One, I like to think of myself as gently having made love to Leslie Pincus. Very tenderly, intimately, and briefly, but passionately.
Do you still talk to her?
Only when I'm at the Kroger.
What's she been doing?
She's been moved up to, she works the register now. She's no longer doing bags or dairy. She had a brief stint in dairy, yeah. Dairy really suited her, I felt. Shit. That's the tragedy of modern corporations. You get good enough at your job that they take away your ability to do it. They just have you tell other people how to do it, and they always get it worse.
That's too bad.
Right? But yeah, Leslie, yeah, she was a long time ago. You know, this is here, this is now, this is also a year ago. Sorry. This is here and where I want to be. I'm with you. I still see Leslie a lot because I don't want to get a Target red card, so I can get a Kroger most of the time. Walmart's evil. I don't know how it's more or less evil, but I just accept that it is.
That's the interesting thing about the English.
Yeah, Magna Carta gave us freedom of speech, and then we were just like, yeah, but fuck it, what do I want to say?
Where?
I didn't even have to actually ask you if you wanted to marry me. I don't know. I'm here, Paris.
You mean Europe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. I would marry you.
Not too long.
Like the engagement can be as short as you need.
A few weeks.
Okay.
Over vacation.
Okay.
Spend a week in Italy.
That'd be nice. We could go to the Colosseum. Did you know that soccer balls used to be inflated human bladders? That doesn't need to come up in this conversation.
It's nice to travel.
Yeah. You left for a year. You left for a year, and I didn't get to travel. I got to cry. It gets tiring. Yeah. My mom called the police to do a whatever that home and health check-in is. You know?
Where?
I got an apartment. I live alone now. Complete and utter isolation in the house. Yeah, moved out of my mom's place, so we're not in the same neighborhood anymore.
But it's important to travel.
Yeah, but it's just a couple blocks. Not like you, big shot, going all around the world for a year. For a year. You were gone a year.
What?
I'm bitter. Okay, I mean, that's what I'm getting at. I'm bitter. You left
For
me
how long?
For, I don't know, let's say a year! I mean to stay. You were just saying that travel's good. You can't go traveling the world. You can't go travel the world and then come back to me and expect me to stay here with you. And then you just stay. I get my turn. I get to travel. It's me. It's mine. Okay?
Wally.
Yeah? I don't feel like I'm being unreasonable.
I think it's fine.
Okay,
Great.
cool. I don't know how we'd stay here and get married in Paris anyway.
Of course.
No take backsies. It sounds like there's take backsies. There's no take backsies on the cliff.
No.
I do too. I love you. Yeah, you know. I want you to never leave. No, me. The city.
No.
Let's never come back. I'm gonna turn down the radio. Down? I can't tell.
Have you thought about going back to school?
Are you saying I'm not good enough?
No.
Yes, I've thought about going back to school. It doesn't seem reasonable at this point. Like, my credits have all expired. I'd basically be starting over. I don't...
Nothing.
And I have a career.
Just... I didn't say.
Certified public accountant. Certified.
I could feel then that he was starting to drift away from me. I just thought that I just thought that if you went back to school.
Look, this is about your mom.
No!
It is not about your mom.
No, it's not. It's not just
snooty mother.
Who said anything about... Just because you decide on a career, it doesn't mean...
It's good enough for your mother?
Who said anything about that?
You don't have to. I've known you long enough. Your mother wants you to marry the perfect boy and to live the perfect life and to have the perfect children, and I'm not going to make that happen.
What right do you have to tell me? No!
I didn't tell you no. I told you yes. I asked you with my eyes.
I didn't! I didn't! I couldn't believe it. Suddenly it was like he was lashing out like some 9-year-old kid, and all I'd been trying to do was... Scooter, for Christ's sake!
Who are you talking to?
Just stay with me. I mean, I guess there was always kind of a...
Well, I'll admit, suspected that he was going mad. Yelling into thin air over the top of a cliff with the man he loves.
Well, I admit that there was a certain amount of skepticism in what that Scooter wasn't doing with his life, as opposed to what I knew, as opposed to what I think he knew I knew. He could be doing it.
You talking about how I used to want to be a fireman? I got over that, buddy. Soft in the belly. It's just not happening.
Just because of that doesn't mean that I wasn't sympathetic, helpful, even in offering advice. I even called Carol once. The guy who would have killed me if he...
Okay. Okay.
Did you know about that?
Nope. I thought you and Carol were done. Yeah, I talked to Leslie. She works with me. Okay. You know how Merriam-Webster defines the word betrayal?
Look. If you want to know,
this is my moral high ground.
if you want to know what really made me judge you, it was all the silly little games. That whole smug routine. Never letting anybody know what was going on inside your head.
That's how strategy board games work. You gotta keep them guessing.
For Christ's sake, Scooter, I didn't even know you had dropped out of college. Until I came home and saw you working at the fucking post office one day. For Christ's sake, Scooter, I was your friend.
You are so much more than my friend and you never realized it.
What the hell are you talking about?
I dropped out of college because you said we're traveling and I thought you meant us!
That's not true!
It is true!
That's not the way it happened! That's not...
July 2014, you walk into my classroom, say, hey, guess what? We're gonna travel! We're going to China! I quit college that fucking day!
That's not what happened! And he and I come back from the end. He and I, we never had that last conversation.
Is this our last conversation? You keep running to the fucking edge of a fucking cliff and yelling at nobody? You say that things are my fault? You're talking to people?
True.
You just fucking did it!
What he said? No, what I said. None of it happened.
Then where have you been for a year? If you weren't traveling, if you didn't go to China, if you weren't making your life better, where the fuck have you been?
Look, you're not even here, okay? You're dead.
I guess we're not getting married.